The Good Ride, where James tells me to come up with a funny intro.
Every time.
Every time.
Here we're Fun Guy.
Yeah, here with the Gnu Fun Guy 154. I'm surprised with how many mushroom graphics they didn't put one on the Fun Guy.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. But this, to give you a short summary, well, we rode this with the Core Pros, Adidas Tactical ADV x3. We had some pretty good groomers. Little hard in places, but just a little like soft layer of like nice snow, as you can see here, that we were able to sink an edge to in and have fun.
Oh yeah.
To give you a short summary, take the mule air out, shrink it in length, expand it in width.
Yep.
And you've got the Fun Guy, and you can see it's very wide. Let's get into sizing. I would like to see if they have a smaller size, other than like if they have a 51 or a 50, other than the 54. That would be really fun, but this worked for me. A little slow, but that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be big, short, fat, and stable.
Yeah.
Like taking it down a notch, a speed notch.
Yes.
Just having a little fun. Maybe a dad board.
Yeah, and then as you know, for Jimbo, even his 11s, no prob. There's
no problem
all kinds
on that.
of room there, huh?
And
Peter, you felt the fit right, or did you?
I felt it a little wide.
Yeah.
For me personally.
Maybe size down
I'm like
one.
an 8.5, you know. So yeah, it felt a little bit wide for me. I would have probably enjoyed a 51 maybe.
Yeah, and this camber profile is C3, but it has a little bit of early rise, and it's like, you know, it's a little less than full camber, so it does have a little, you know, a little bit of forgiveness.
Yeah,
but not. It's definitely not a beginner intermediate. It's a lot of work to skid your turns with a wide board like this.
I could say intermediate.
Yeah,
you know,
strong intermediate.
Yeah,
but it's definitely a lot of board. And then, you know, it has that kind of locked-in feel. It tracks really well. It one-foots really well. It's a very consistent personality in all conditions. And next, flex.
Yeah. I was jumping the gun there. You know, it's a medium, solid medium flex.
Medium stiff, I would say, but kind of a little softer.
But it felt soft in the tip of the tail, which was the thing.
Yeah, I would say like medium stiff here.
Yeah.
And then medium here, where there's just that little bit of early rise that gives to let you butter.
Yep.
But then it popped well. I think all three of these boards that we just rode had easily accessible pop for riders like us.
Yeah.
Not the rippers like the Jamie Lynn, what was it, the short wide? That, like that pop, that's hard to access, that board's
real
energy.
Hard to,
yeah, you have to give it a lot for it to give it back. This, you can give it a little and you get a little more back.
Yep.
And it was fun, easy to ollie. So then from there, speed. I thought this thing was fast. It had decent bass, good bass glide. Love the black bass, repairable. I thought I couldn't really get it chattering too much when I pointed it, but I had pretty smooth groomers.
Pretty smooth condition, yeah.
Yeah, I would say pounding over uneven snow.
I could probably see the tip and tail doing a little bit, but I could see its dampness absorbing it, you know?
It did well in absorbing. I
It's-
took it into some variables.
Yeah.
It's got that mule air dampness. You know?
So yeah, you did. You
Over
took it up-
groomer
Yeah.
inconsistencies and
you
ski
took
ruts
it up in the ski ruts on the sides.
I like these berms here too for checking out that.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was passing it up into our bodies, whatever chatter there was below.
It did not.
Chatter.
And
And also paired great with that.
yeah, we had some
binding.
pretty shock absorbent bindings and boots too. And then as far as edge hold goes, it's got pretty good grip.
Great.
You can see the video that you're seeing right now, and it's got some pretty good disruption in the side cut
it
that
micro
allows
mag?
you.
No,
it's like
mellow.
mellowish
Yeah.
mag that allows you to grab pretty hard. I would say it's a shade behind the Orca, but it's up there. It does some good shit in terms of hold. And it's a board you can take out on hard to icy snow for sure.
I was able to drop some pretty deep heel side carves on this guy under like kind of a, you know, a tough
You're
condition.
like, that's a hard patch. That's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Under, like, even
Yeah.
hitting hard patches on my heel side, dropping pretty sharp curves where a lot of boards would have skidded out. This board
Yeah.
held its edge really well.
And turn initiation
concur.
was really slow. It felt like you're on an edge, then you get to the middle, and then it's like, okay, I'm coming over. But carving, like, once you got that edge engaged and committed and you're playing around with that side cut, it had that fun mule kind of carve, mule. I'm getting better at it. Mule kind of carve. And it really just sprung out of a turn well, but it wasn't like a really easy circle carver for me. But it did great. I loved turning it. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, once again, when I was doing the super fast edge to edge turn initiation, not the most responsive, you know? Also, real cushy bindings that like added to that.
Yeah,
Just
slowed down.
Just
Just
slowed it
slight
down
lag,
a
right?
little bit,
Yeah.
Slight delay.
but still comfortable. You know, I still felt comfortable doing it. It didn't, to me, it didn't feel like it had a dead spot in it. You know?
Yeah.
You said that a lot. I didn't feel the dead spot, but I felt it a little bit slow
It
because
wasn't
it
a
is.
dead spot, but I just felt like it wasn't
Just doesn't turn like
transferring edge to edge fast.
It wasn't like springing, you know?
a
Yeah,
rabbit
like-
type speed, more
Yeah.
towards the, you know, the throttle rabbit's up here and then turtle's down here. So
Yeah.
bring it up to the rabbit, now bring it down. Okay, about there.
Yeah.
That's probably about the turn
Yeah,
speed.
it's pretty slow edge to edge, but a fun board to turn,
Yeah.
you know? And so, you know, that's that. And then powder, we didn't get any. We don't know, but, you know, looks like there's a lot of tail here to get some air, but
To get some air.
To
to
get
get some air, to land a good air. you
Okay.
Because, you know, some boards, when they're so set back on the tail, when you get in the air, it feels weird. And this has...
Oh yeah, I get
This
it.
has the mule air kind of thing going for it, to where you're riding a little more centered than you would think, despite its setback on side cut. So if it's like the mule air, the 59 that I owned for years, taking that out in powder, it's a little more between the feet. It's better for really steep conditions. It's not good for low angle powder like we ride a lot. It's more for Jimbo at Mammoth in the steep terrain.
Ooh.
Doing steep drops and good turns. I don't know about this guy though, but it's fat, it's short, it has some early rise, and you know, there is some setback, so it probably should float well. But all in all, what'd you guys think?
I thought I would. I just really, in general, had a great time on this board under these conditions, and if a donkey and a horse could have a baby and it started flying, I would
It
definitely
wouldn't
get
bump
this
its
board.
ass when it jumps up in the air.
Mule air.
I liked it a lot. That's what my take is.